Welcome to the tutorial on how to configure WhatsApp within SECURITHOR. First of all, for those who didn't know that WhatsApp was integrated with SECURITHOR, well, it is. And the main functionalities are automatic messaging and spontaneous messaging by an operator to the end user or client. Basically, the first one is when you receive an alarm or a signal in the SECURITHOR system, we can configure to send automatic messaging related to that alarm code to the client without operator intervention. That way the client can be notified if something happened and something is of his interest without requiring intervention of the operator, because as we all know, the operators can be or can get pretty busy doing alarm treatment and picking up alarms. So basically, that's the first one. And the second use case would be sending a spontaneous message as an operator to the end user or client with information of his interest as well. So without further ado, let's take a look on how to configure it. In order to configure WhatsApp, we need to know where to find it in the SECURITOR interface. So WhatsApp, it can be found on the top menu at the left of more, and we can click here. Once we click here, this little window pops up, and we have the message queues tab, which are all the messages with their specific recipients, status, and updates that have been sent previously. And the tab that is of interest for this tutorial is going to be the configuration tab, so we can click here. On the configuration tab, we have the Bird configuration, which is the configuration of the newest platform of Bird. Bird is a system of messaging, including WhatsApp, that we use as a partner for this feature. We also have the legacy system, also by Bird, but we strongly recommend to switch to the new Bird because it offers, well, more user-friendly interfaces and processes, as well as better performance, I would think. And well, to configure this, to configure Bird, we need to click on Edit in this button here at the right bottom of the window. Well, here we can see that the UI changed. Instead of labels, we have input fields. Each input field has a name or a little description of what is required in each one of them. This is very important to pay attention, because if we put the wrong information in something that's not expected, well, we won't be able to configure it, because there is a validation of data that is done in order to save and start using the integration of WhatsApp. I'm going to explain a little bit each field. Well, the access key is the first one, and all of them are important, but this one is really important that you know where to find it, and we're going to take a look on where to find it a little bit later in this video. But basically, the access key you can think of as an API key. It would be the same. It would be as similar, and well, it's required to access to the APIs of Bird. We have here a phone number, which in this case is mine. We need to put the country code as well as the area code and the 7 digits for the specific phone number. This phone number is going to be used to test that the messages are well received on the end user, so on the client. You need to be sure that this phone number has WhatsApp that is associated with it. The workspace or workspace ID is an ID that is required for to send messages, so you can find it on Bird, and we're gonna take a look a little bit later. The channel ID also is required, and this is also an information that is in Bird. You can find it in Bird, and I'm gonna show you how. The channel name. Well, here the channel name, you can put the name that you wish. In my case, I think I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna name it demo configuration. And well, I'm gonna save my configuration and we're gonna take a look on where to find the access key, shall we? So you for connecting to bird.com, well, it's actually app.bird.com. You put that in your browser. It will load a little bit, and well, now I'm logged in my case, but in your case you need to, well, you put your email and password, and then it's gonna show this screen. Once we are in the home of app.bird.com, we can click on our agent here on the bottom left corner. Once we click here, we go to user settings. When we click in user settings, when we have the settings display on screen. And we're gonna search for the access key. In my case, I know that is in security, and it should be in yours as well. So in security, by default, is going to show the access key, and what is important is that the access key is only shown once in the whole process. You can delete access key and create new ones, but when you create a new one, the access key token it's only displayed once. So it's very important for you to save that token somewhere safe so you can retrieve it and avoid deleting and creating new keys each time you have to use that token. In our case, we're gonna take a look on how to create an access key. You need to have a key name. In my case, I'm going to choose channel API full access, and the key description is going to be the same, exactly the same. For the roles, I put here the channels API manager, which is a role that I previously created that gives full access to the channels information. Once I check that all the information is correct, I can click on save. When I click on save, Uh, well, here it's gonna send me a verification code. I'm just gonna wait, verification code. All right. Well, as you can see, new access key created. This access key token will only be shown once. Make sure to store it in a safe place. Is the thing I mentioned earlier, so we can just copy this and save it somewhere safe. Somewhere we can retrieve this information or this token for uh, later purposes. And that's it. So we create the access key. We go back to our configuration and we paste that information here with Control V or right click and paste. For the phone number, I strongly suggest you put yours, and your phone number should be available on WhatsApp, obviously, so you can test it. The workspace, where we can find the workspace. Well, the workspace is basically in organization, in the settings. In the settings, in workspace, we have here all the workspaces. In my case, I have two. I'm gonna show this one. When we click on one of the workspace, we have the workspace ID. We can copy and paste in our configuration form where the workspace or workspace ID is required. Channel ID. The channel ID can be found at the left top corner. manage channels. Then we go to WhatsApp, and then we can find here a channel ID. We can copy and we can paste. And once that is done, well, we can save. It's gonna load a little bit because it's doing all the verification that all the fields are correct and working properly. By now I should have received a message for testing. As you can see, hi, this is a test to validate WhatsApp configuration. Do not respond. This is a confirmation that we received the alarm. This is a test to validate WhatsApp configuration. Do not respond. And so as we can see here, well, this is my phone number, as I mentioned earlier. And here we have that it's delivered, but I didn't open the message yet on my WhatsApp in my cell phone. So basically that's for the configuration. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. It's very simple. The most complex things are where to find the information that is required in this form. And while we took a look at that earlier in the video, I hope this helps. And if you have any questions or comments, just please leave us a comment. And well, if you want to send us an email for suggestions as well, it's going to be appreciated. And well, that's it for configuring Bird WhatsApp with SECURITHOR. And thank you for being with us today.